Okay, so I've been asked recently by a lot of friends about my investment in Tesla, why I decided to buy Tesla, why I have held Tesla since 2018, and why I added onto my positions during this pandemic, and why I believe that after S&P 500 inclusion officially on Monday at the entry point of 695, I will continue to buy, even though I think that there will be a slight pullback because the bears will be selling their gains. In which case, I will be prepared to add more to my position. I think of Tesla as what I consider as a transformative technology. It's going to disrupt the way that we see transportation, and it's going to disrupt the way that we store energy and how we perceive energy. I think it, just like Facebook, when I bought Facebook in May of 2012, I bought it at a time when people were saying that you should not buy Facebook because Facebook does not have an actual product. So how can a company monetize on basically something of like a shell company? But I believe that Facebook at the time is going to transform the way that we communicate and the way that uh, it shapes our social interactions. And so at that time, I was fairly poor, just graduated from college. I had $10,000, and you know what? I bought Facebook on the day it IPO'd and held on to it. And I think that Facebook do have time for growth, room for growth. I mean, and the same thing with Tesla. Tesla is just at the beginning. Um, I mean, the company has been in existence for about 15, 17 years now. And it's only until recently, this year, that they have conquered mass production and are selling cars. And I think that we have a major spread coming ahead of us for Tesla. This is just the beginning of production. This is just the beginning of our transformation and shift to electrification. 2021 is going to be explosive because Tesla have master, well, not master, but they figure out mass production, and they are building gigafactories in China, in Shanghai, in Berlin, in Texas, in California. I believe that there may be another Gigafactory in India. I mean, I think Giga have been flirting with Elon Musk about that possibility. But why do I think that may happen? Why do I think solar electrification is going to happen and it's going to be imminent and it's going to be super quick? The reason is I will use China and India as a model. So in the past decades, China have economic growth has been enormous. People GDP purchasing power parity has moved up. The growing middle class is expansive. So now they have more money to buy. They've been buying cars. But if you've ever been to China, and I'm a China studies major, I have a master's in China studies, so I've traveled to China very often. China is in the middle of sort of this, they are a manufacturing based economy, which means that they have been emitting a lot of pollution. In fact, Japan actually complains about acid rain coming from China because of cold and because of the emissions from cars. So, what the government decided to do to control the pollution that's adversely impacting the citizens' health is that they limit how many days in a week a driver can drive in on the street. Meaning, if you have an odd license plate, you could drive every other day, and vice versa. But with electric vehicles, that's no longer going to be a problem. You're not emitting pollution that is bad for the environment. So it's just going to be massive. And you know that in China right now, there is huge demands for Tesla cars. And for that reason, I think NIO Xpeng um, is going to be big. Chinese EV will be big. But all of these EVs are way, way behind Tesla because Tesla, Elon Musk started his uh, journey years ago. And so they are so ahead. They have the potential for Tesla is immense. I'm just talking about that's just one part of Tesla with electric cars. But I do not see Tesla as an electric vehicle company. I see it as sort of like, think of it as a tech on wheel kind of company. But I also see it as an artificial intelligence company. As you know, Elon Musk says that Beta 5 is out. This December, it is already out. Full self-driving, FSD. That is going to be a game changer because they're going to have the Hail Ride service. So if you were to buy a Tesla car right now and pay $10,000 for FSD, that means that eventually when FSD is fully completed and is safe for FSD to be on the road, then that means that your car, while you're not using it, can drive around and access an Uber, making you money. And Tesla is building an infrastructure for that. Tesla is going to offer insurance for all of his for its vehicles. So you can buy insurance from Tesla. So you see that they're starting to expand their business, and it's just not strictly just in selling electric vehicles. I also think another big thing about Tesla, and I think Elon Musk have spoken about this, is energy storage. They are going to be the provider for batteries. And he spoke about the 1 million mile battery, which he thinks will be ready in about 3 or 4 years. That's going to be a major game changer for EV. That means that it's going to increase distance, it's going to increase affordability, and it's going to drive down the cost of EVs. They're also in the solar business. I think he briefly flirted the idea of making the panels of M3 of his cars be solar panels. But right now, they are doing solar for residential. There is so much more that Tesla will offer, and I think this is only the beginning. So for that reason, you think about the demand of the world. Think about 2021. They're going to be focused on mass production just because right now EV accounts for 2% of cars that are driven on the street. So there are massive demand. This shift is going to create such a massive demand. In China particularly, the world, we have about 7.8 billion people. 1.3 of which is in China and 1.3 is also in India. So those two countries, which are heavily polluted because they are a manufacturing-based economy, they're going to make this transition. The government is going to support this because it's going to alleviate so many of their social issues. And for that reason, when there is a pullback, and I think that there will be a pullback in the next week in Tesla, I am prepared to add more to my position. And I think that you should too. And I think that you should hold on to your money. I mean, I've had my cousins, my friends came up to me, and I have sort of like almost twist their arms to buy a few shares. And they can probably they can probably confirm that they have made a 30 or 40% gain since they've purchased Tesla. And so I think that if I've set a price point, if it goes to around $600, I'll buy a little bit. If it goes down to 550 to 500 level, I'm going to sell. There's going to be a massive sell off in other companies that I'm going to be selling so that I can buy more Tesla shares. Because it's going to make you a ton of money. It's going to make you insanely rich. If you have a ton of money to invest, obviously. For people like you and I, we only invest what we can. But trust me on this, guys. You will make money. All right. If you really liked this video and you want me to hear my thoughts on other companies that I'm looking at that I think are transformative technology that have the ability to rise 10x, then let me know. That will be the topic of the next several videos. All right. See you later.